Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Poet Code. Today I wanted to talk about reactivity, specifically getting triggered when a person, place, or thing, but mostly people, say something we don't like and we want to argue with them. And specifically, how holding your peace, not arguing, maintaining good rapport, and focusing on what you and that person do have in common, or focusing on what you can agree on is really the long term best practice for dealing with other humans. So recently I had a conversation that went kind of like this. Um, Someone was accusing me of something like, oh, you don't believe in this thing. Um, and I just said, no comment. I wasn't angry. I didn't get upset. I tried not to. Um, and just tried to stay calm and tried to change the topic to things that me and this person had in common, me and this person enjoy together. Tried to restore rapport with this person, restore connection, really. And, tensions were high. I mean, this person was clearly upset. They were frustrated with me. Why can't he be the way I want him to be? Because I don't feel okay when he's not the way I want him to be. Well, that's fine. Humans do that all the time. I do it all the time. So their feelings were understandable, their thoughts were understandable, but I decided to attempt to change my pattern of reactivity just once and not argue with this person about this particular topic. Now, something I learned recently about communicating with other humans is the content of what you're saying to the person, the actual words is almost irrelevant. It really is all about tone, your facial expression, body language. These things are what break rapport or make rapport with another human being, or break connection or make connection. Okay, these are the aspects of love. So when we're talking about reactivity, working with reactivity, learning to love other humans, even if their behavior is triggering to us, we're having emotional reactions within, it's still important to focus on these things. It reduces suffering for yourself and the other human. And really, that's what this is all about, reducing suffering as much as possible and maintaining rapport with our fellow humans, because our relationships with others are really important for our peace. And if there is instability, if there's argument, disagreement, senseless contradiction, constantly going on in our lives because of this unchecked reactivity, right? We just don't think about it when it's happening. It just all happens so fast. The person says something, usually to the effect of, the problem with you is dot, dot, dot. That can be really triggering for some people. It definitely is for me, especially when my parents criticize me or say, the problem with you is that, just sets me off because I want to justify. I want to explain. I want to say, no, you got it all wrong. You're wrong about me. I'm the greatest person ever. Whatever. I'm good in this way and that way. And it turns out that engaging in that kind of energetics, I want to say, of like defensiveness, of like arguing for my existence, arguing that, hey, I've got a right to be here. I'm a good guy, is actually a waste of time. And it really shows how insecure I am. And I'm working on it, But yeah, I'm extremely insecure. I mean, I'm a nervous wreck, So basically, nowadays, what I'm trying to practice is when someone comes at me with the problem with you is, you just kind of, yeah, I have an example. I was working at the Goodwill, actually. This was a horrible experience. I should make a video about it in its entirety. Just the things I learned about human nature, it was incredible. It was also, yeah, agonizing, to say the least. Just seeing the suffering and going around in that place with the workers. People shopping were happy. Anyway, so we're sitting at this like employee lunch thing. It's just beautiful. And I'm talking about this topic I'm passionate about. And this young guy chimes in and says, Matthew, no one wants to hear about that. Okay, just shut up. Right. And the old me would have given into the reactivity and start arguing and said, no, 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 I'm right because this, and this, or maybe submitted, which, submitting or rebelling is pretty much the same amount of suffering, honestly. So I could have submitted and said, yeah, you're right. I'm such an idiot. I'll shut up now. Oh, okay. But instead, I did my darndest. I was suffering. It was painful to hear that from this person. I did my darndest to just kind of sit there and say nothing. I wasn't ignoring the person, but I didn't want to look at them because the emotions were really strong for me, and I didn't want to. I wanted to be completely neutral. I'm not trying to intimidate them. I'm not trying to change what's happening. Okay, this person is saying this thing. That's fucking set in stone. There is no changing reality. The reality is taking place immediately, and it's completely okay what's happening, but it's painful. And I'm thinking about reactivity. I'm thinking I don't want to start reacting subconsciously, unconsciously, and make a fool of myself. So I just kind of am sitting there and I'm letting him talk, talk, talk. And he's kind of digging his own grave, like explaining, justifying himself of why he told me to shut up. And everyone's kind of looking at him. And this is all happening in like milliseconds. But to me, like time is slowing down because I can feel the energetics of the problem with you is, and it's kind of triggering me from some childhood stuff, I suppose. And what do you know? The magic starts happening. Suddenly, everyone around the table starts saying, no, no, Matthew, we want to hear what you have to say. Go on. I want to hear what he has to say. The pretty girl is saying that, so that kind of has some, I guess, social weight or whatever. I don't know. So I felt like people were coming to my defense. I didn't have to defend myself. I was like, this is interesting because I'm so used to just reacting and not pausing and taking a moment to just kind of be like, okay, this person has said something. It's kind of humiliating. I feel like really not great right now. I feel honestly not safe, in my own skin. I feel like I want to jump out of my own skin. And so I'm just going to kind of sit here with a straight face, looking forward. The person's to my right, and they're kind of turned to face me, but I'm looking not away from them, but I'm not looking at them. I'm just kind of like with a neutral face, just looking straight. And then all this stuff is unfolding. And so, these other people could see what was happening. And I guess they came to my defense. I'm not saying that's going to happen every time you don't react. Sometimes people are going to say mean things to you, and it's not going to have this kind of nice happy ending for me. I still felt bad, but it was nice to see that I didn't have to react. I was like, oh my God, I can be free from this. Just endlessly reacting to things and getting upset and embarrassing myself, making situations worse. Like bad things happen. People say mean things to me and it's upsetting. And then I make it worse because I argue with them and I justify and I just break rapport with them. And, a few moments pass and then the guy starts asking me questions about the topic, because he feels kind of awkward about the whole thing. And it was just an awkward thing. But because I didn't react, because I just took a minute to suffer and be like, okay, this is suffering. It's happening. There's pain. There's emotional pain. I can feel it in the chest and the throat. Okay, it's happening. It's here. Okay. And just kind of not jumping into argument or justification. That was really powerful. So that's what I want the title of the video to be, is just like remain silent and let them be wrong. Let them be wrong about you. Let them be wrong about whatever they're talking about. Because first of all, I don't actually know what's right. So I don't actually have the answers to anything. I don't know anything about anything. So I'm when I say let them be wrong, I mean let yourself think they're wrong. Because you definitely think they're wrong. That much is true. Are they actually wrong? I don't know. But let it be and let it pass. And I promise the suffering will be reduced tremendously. So I was just watching a video about this, about working with reactivity, and how it really is all about the feeling, sitting with that uncomfortable feeling and not getting caught up in thoughts about how could that person say that to me? Something needs to be done. And that's the key to it is, does something actually need to be done about a triggering situation, a upsetting feeling, um, reactivity itself? Does something need to be done? My answer is no. It can be basically ignored. If someone says something mean to you, if someone says something triggering to you, um, it doesn't have to be a person, could be a place or a thing. Is a reaction necessary? I would say 9 times out of 10, no. Unless a barbarian is running at you with a battle axe, then you might want to get out of the way or defend yourself or whatever. But if someone's just saying something or a triggering topic has come up, then it is probably not necessary to react at all. And if you are successful in not reacting and just kind of feeling the painful feelings directly, it will reduce suffering for everyone in the room. I promise you. And this is a part of spirituality that I feel like very few people take seriously. Can be easy to get caught up in spiritual practice and not realize that basically, for me, spiritual awakening made all these things very obvious. They were happening unconsciously, and now it's like, oh, okay, I get really upset by certain topics, and I don't know why. It's just the way it is. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today, is working with reactivity and allowing the painful feelings to be there, not trying to change them, not trying to fight with them, and just not trying to change other people to make ourselves feel okay. That's really important, because we're going to feel okay if we just let it be and try to relax and don't resist the feelings, don't try to fight. Um that's really what's important here for this insight that I wanted to share with you today. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I hope you have a beautiful day. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this video format. I got tired of getting in front of a camera. It's just a lot of work. I got to doll myself up. So I just wanted to, and I've been playing this video game recently because it's freaking badass, dude. It's so good. I love it. I love it. Who said you can't be the soft, poetic type and not love heavy metal and killing demons? Like, don't put me in a box. I'm just saying, don't put me in a box. I love, like, heavy electronic music and dubstep and classical music and, peaceful, relaxing binaural beats, all that stuff. For some reason, I like both. And you can too. Don't put yourself in a box. That's the final insight, is don't put yourself in a box. Don't say, "Oh, I have to be this one type of person." No, no, no. No, no, no. You can have fun with all kinds of things in life. You don't have to do anything that you think you're supposed to do. It's like, oh, like the person I am would do this. Well, that person you are is just an idea in your head. It's just a thought that you've thought probably millions of times. Like me, we all do it. It's a human thing. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk. I sure enjoyed talking. It's a blast. I really love sharing my ideas with you and just talking, and it's always good to spend time together. So, all right. Well, farewell.